Hi, welcome to Integrative Body Telehealth Solutions. I'm so excited that you have decided to join my Facebook group, Living Pain Free. If you're watching this video, then that means that you are experiencing some discomfort in your physical body and you are out there searching and hopefully willing to glean some information that's going to help you have a smoother ride. I began my journey when I was about 22 years old. I was in physical therapy school at the time, and I was starting to feel uncomfortable in my physical body. And I was also going through some depression and having some questioning about if I was going in the right direction or not. And the reason why is because I really didn't feel like I was a great match for physical therapy school. And I even remember talking to my dad about it and saying how I didn't feel like I really fit in and I wasn't really sure. I didn't really like my teachers. I even had a teacher, one of my orthopedic teachers, who told me to my face in one of our conferences that I basically just wasn't smart enough to make the cut to work in outpatient orthopedics. So I didn't even really know fully what that meant at that time. And I did know that she was a supposed orthopedic specialist, and she had no problem bragging about how great she was. And she definitely had no problem telling me that I was not material for this kind of scenery. So interestingly enough, 22 years later, I am working as a specialist in outpatient, and I have been working most of, like half of my career self-employed in my own private outpatient settings and healing environments where I'm working with kind of complicated patients who are suffering from chronic and persistent pain and have been through the whole rigmarole of physical therapy, doctor's visits, chiropractic visits, naturopathic visits, physical therapy visits, of course, and we're still searching for help and looking for answers even after all of those trips and all the money spent, and they were still looking for solutions. And so I was fortunate enough to have been there for lots of people who were seeking help and looking for some non-conventional, non-invasive ways of getting out of pain and feeling better. So I've been extremely blessed to have developed the skills to treat these patients in their complicated situations with tools that have been passed down to me by my mentors and my elders and my peers. And in about 2004, I was introduced to a technique called mechanical diagnosis and therapy. And I spent a lot of time with coworkers and listening into conversations about mechanical diagnosis and therapy and how it was helping their patients. And I was a little bit skeptical and somewhat resistant to learn this supposed amazing method of helping other people get out of pain and regaining function. So I did my own investigation, I did my own personal research, and I decided to use this technique on every single person that came in the door. And lo and behold, I was totally impressed with the results that I got. And I didn't even feel like I could really take credit for it because it really came from patients working hard at understanding the concepts that I was educating them about pain and why we have pain and the source of pain and sometimes the purpose of pain. Sometimes there can be a purpose for being in pain. Sometimes pain is a guide to slow you down if you're going too fast, or if you need to pay attention to some other part or aspect of your body that is being neglected, then pain is a warning signal. So I am here to be your tour guide in mind-body medicine, so that you can have a person on your team that can help you interpret the signs and symptoms that your body is relaying messages to you in different types of forms and sensations. So interpreting the symptoms is crucial in knowing what direction you're supposed to go in. So one of the key concepts of this movement is called directional preference. Directional preference of movement is all about knowing what direction turns off symptoms, restores normal movement from once being painful to pain-free, and repeating the movements as many times as needed, using it like medicine, figuring out your dosage of movement, and using it in a really methodical way, an algorithm that helps you understand what movements and what activities are bringing on your pain, including emotional states and ergonomic situations and relationship problems and all kinds of other things that might be pushing your buttons and causing you to feel uncomfortable or in pain. So I'm excited to be on this journey to help you figure out what your directional preference of movement is. And I highly encourage you to delve into the physical aspects first, because I feel like if we can get our minds in touch with the rest of our body, then we are going to enhance that communication, and the outcome of the direction, the drive that we're going towards is going to have even a greater impact on you reaching your ultimate goals, whatever they are in life. Because let's face it, when you don't feel good physically, it's hard to do anything. It's hard to lose weight. It's hard to exercise. It's hard to want to be motivated to eat healthy. It's hard to want to be introspective and try to understand what your body is saying to you because you're so distracted by your discomfort or your pain. So I think that if we can delve in deep and first get movement, physical movement going in the right direction, then you are going to be more hopeful that you are actually going to start to feel that you have control over your situation. And as soon as you start feeling empowered and start knowing that there is nothing more important than you taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, loving yourself, and filling your own cup before you start giving to others, then you are going to experience the most amazing things that life could ever bring to you. And I am so excited to possibly be a part of that for you. So the next thing you can do right now is click on the link to join this group. It is a private group. That means that no one else on your Facebook group can see the comments or questions that you're making, asking, or things that you're suggesting that you need help with. So only I can see those. If you feel like you have something that is private that you need to have some protection around, feel free to in private message me and ask me some questions if you want to, and I can present those in the Facebook group so that other people who likely have the same questions as you can get their questions answered too. So join the group and give me some suggestions on some topics that you might be interested in hearing about if you have a particular situation, or if you have a question about something related to medical issues or the medical system. I have 22 years of medical experience working in conventional medicine, but I also have 22 years of really delving deep into alternative medicine and alternative therapies. So I have been a very hands-on person in the clinic. And so this is going to be a new venture for me to work with you hands-off. For those of you who live locally, if you live in Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington, Gresham, or anywhere in the Portland metro area, I am working in the clinic at Sports Care Physical Therapy. I started an integrative physical therapy practice there. So if you literally need to see someone in person, that is where I treat patients face-to-face. However, I really want to try out this platform of working with people on the internet, since so many people maybe cannot access getting to the clinic for one reason or another. So this service is here for those who are traveling, for those who are homebound, for those who are entrepreneurs, or anything else where you maybe are just too busy to get to the office or you don't have access to get to a medical professional. I have other people that I'm connected with that I can also refer you to, either in person or on the internet, who also do coaching and one-on-one sessions the same way that I will be doing here. So there is a full network of people that we can possibly draw from in order to help you with your problem. So whatever it is, I'm here, and click on the link to join the group. And I look forward to hearing what your questions and concerns are in life so that we can work on this together. Welcome to the group. I look forward to working with you soon.